Hi guys, it's Night Fear again, and yes, I know, too many videos all in one day, but I'm really trying to get caught up. And this is actually the last wrap up for November. Yay, and then I've only got, I think, 2 for December for readathons, and then I need to do the actual wrap up for November and December. So, and then I'll be all caught up. So, this next one is the One Readathon to Rule Them All, and the 2 hosts that I watch. Now, mind you, every time I do one of these guys, I usually mention either the first one that I see, or I'll mention a couple of the hosts that I really like. And so I saw this first on Bookish Cauldron on his channel, but I also saw it on YeraBookNerdZoe, and I have to mention her because I absolutely adore her channel, and she's so sweet. So anyway, so this was that readathon. I read 6 books. There were originally 12 challenges, but the way they had this was you went around to different places in Middle Earth, and you were trying to get from the Shire to Mordor. And you could do this, you could read 1, 2, 3, however many books you wanted. And so I created a path with 6. Because actually I had a path with all 12, but I only read 6 of those. So, alright, so I started in the Shire, and we were supposed to read a favorite fantasy. So I reread Beauty, which is a Beauty and the Beast retelling by Robin McKinley. I had read this before and loved it, and actually really enjoyed it this time. I gave it 4 stars. This is a pretty good retelling of Beauty and the Beast. Pretty accurate. I mean, it didn't have anything new or anything like that to it. But it's just a really sweet retelling, and yeah, like I said, 4 stars. I really do enjoy Robin McKinley's writing style, and so yeah, there's that. So, all right, so there's the Shire. So we're going through the Shire. I skipped a couple, and we ended up in Rivendell. Yeah, okay, Rivendell. And for that, we were supposed to read an LGBTQIA plus book, and that's not what I meant to do. And for this one, I chose Huntress. Now, if you watched, and that's crooked, and if you watched my wrap-up for the Queer Lit Readathon, I also read Ash this month, but I read Huntress first, and it's by Melinda Lowe, and she is a brilliant writer. I really enjoy her writing. I gave this one 4 stars. This is about a girl, actually 2 girls, and they go on an adventure with the prince. Their world is actually dying, and so they're tasked to go to the fairy world, and speak to the queen of the fairies to find out what is going on and if she can help. And one of the girls, she has visions, and the other one is more tough. She knows weapons and things, and so anyway, they go on this adventure, and it's all about the adventure. I really, really enjoyed this book. I would recommend that you read Huntress before Ash. They are in the same world, but the Huntress takes place a lot of years before Ash. Not really sure how many years are in between, because it doesn't really say. So, but I definitely would recommend Huntress, and it is a female romance. So after we leave Rivendell, I went to Lorien, and this one we needed to read a book published by an indie press. Now, strangely enough, I also mentioned this book in another wrap-up, thinking I had already mentioned this in a wrap-up, but hadn't yet. So this is Morgan by Mary E. Pearson. This is a prequel to the Remnant Chronicle. This is an excellent book. It's actually mentioned, kind of referenced in the Remnant Chronicles, the main 3 books. about her and her story. And you're just getting her story as far as about the group, more about the visions, more, just more. And I don't want to go into much because I don't want to spoil this book, and I don't want to spoil any of the Remnant Chronicle books. So if you really enjoyed the Remnant Chronicles, I highly recommend that you read this prequel. Very, very good. And I gave it 5 stars. So then the next place we go to is Rohan. And this, we needed to just read a female main character. And for this one, I read Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh. And I gave this 5 stars. This is about a world where they have 4 kingdoms that are seasonal kingdoms. They have summer, autumn, spring, and winter. Winter, summer, spring, and autumn. It's not fall, it's autumn. And then they have 4 what they call rhythm countries, which I can't remember all of them. So, but anyway, so spring has attacked and taken over winter and captured most of the citizens. Several, not very many, several of the winter citizens have escaped and are trying to free those captured and to get their country back. So that's basically what this is. There's a lot of magic, but the magic system is really interesting. They have 4 males and 4 females. So it's, like it might be it's the guy in, we'll just say guy in summer, and then there's the girl from winter. So the magic can only be passed down from that family, boy to boy to boy to boy to girl to girl to girl to girl. So say I was the queen and all I had was boys, then whoever the next of those boys who had a girl, then it would pass from me to her. If that makes sense. It sounds really complicated, but it's really easy. And so those are the only people that have magic in this world. Well, that's the way it did work. But then things get messed up, and you'll just have to read the book to find out. But it's really good. I did read the second one. I'm on the third one to finish the series. But I did like this. And there are a couple of twists. I did kind of see the twist coming. It was one of those things where I was reading, I was like, oh, well, what if? And it ended up that the what if I had in my head actually happened. So, but it's still, I really enjoyed this book. And like I said, I gave it 5 stars. Okay, so then from Rohan, we went to, went to Ministereth, and we had to read a fantasy, which is easy for me. And I just read The Heart of Betrayal, which was the second book in the Remnant Chronicles. Can't really tell you what this book is about because it'll spoil it. The first one. But the first one, and see, I've already talked about these books today. In one of my other videos, because I actually read The Heart of Darkness too this month. But basically this is about a princess who has an arranged marriage. She doesn't want to be arranged. And so she runs away, and she has 2 guys that follow her. One is the prince that she was supposed to get married to, and the other one is an assassin. And through the book, you do not know who is who until the end, even though I did guess it. But it was really, really good. And this one is even better than the first one. So if you read the first one and were like, this one is better. This one is better. Not that the first one was bad, but this one is better. I gave it 5 stars. It really expands on the world. We learn about some of the other places in the world. And she really kind of grows. And actually, she grows through all 3 of these books. It's really amazing. Really enjoyed it. Really, really, really loved this series. And then the last book I read, to get to Mordor, you had to read the conclusion to a series or the latest, the most recent installment. Now, I was lucky because I read Everless, and I wanted to read this for a while. And I actually read this cover, but I saw the picture with both covers, and I really like this cover too, so I thought I'd share both covers, by Sarah Holland. And Evermore actually came out December 31st, so it's out now. I need to read it. It's actually, I saw it on Scribd, and actually I have it through my library. I think I have, like, I'm 6 out of 10 or something like that to get it through my library too on ebook. So, but this is about a world that your blood is time. So you deal in time instead of money. So like to pay your rent, you would go to I think time dealer, time something. But anyway, you go to a person, they would bleed. They would take your blood, they would press them into coins, and then you'd pay your rent that way, but it would take time off of your life. And then you could, if you're paid in coins, if you're paid in time, then you would melt the coins down like in a tea or whatever, and then you would drink that, and then it would add time to your life. So people can actually live for a long, 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 long time. And so Everless is actually a place, and the main girl, she and her father have left Everless. Something happens, not going to spoil it, but something happens and they actually have to leave Everless. And her father is getting sicker and sicker, and she has the idea that she's going to go back there to work over the summer and to get some extra time, and so she can give her father so that he doesn't die. And it goes from there. Really, really good. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the twists. Just a wonderful book. I gave it 5 stars. Highly recommend. And just really easy to read. Just these fantasies were just really good. In this readathon, I picked some really good ones. So, and I can't wait to finish the series. Well, I don't know if it's going to finish the series. I don't know if it's a duology or going to be a trilogy or what, but I can't wait to read the next one. So, but anyway, guys, those are all the books that I read for the One Readathon to rule them all. Can't wait for the next installment. I actually participated in the first one and in this one. If you like fantasy, it is a lot of fun. And yeah, so that's it for this video. And please remember to always be kind to one another. And I'll see you again later. Bye.